not be captive to the past. We are coming in to offer transformational leadership that is going to introduce radical change so that we are not captive to the status quo. And we will do it, Mr. Chairman. The second question was the issue of data security, Mr. Mule raised. You see, there's the issue of the Data Protection Act on one hand, and the Computer Misuse and Cybersecurity Act on the other, Mr. Chairman. One, the Data Protection Act, among others, is meant to facilitate a situation where data in the hands of the market players is not abused or misused, and the provisions are very clear. So we need actually just to enhance that. And if there are any issues or emerging issues that need to be addressed, again, I've said from the onset that we will adapt a participatory approach and engage all stakeholders so that their views can be integrated into this process. We also need to understand, Mr. Chairman, that the rate of change of legislation or legislative reforms or policy and regulatory reforms is slower than the rate of innovation. So if innovation is ahead of legislation or policy or regulatory framework, then we will definitely introduce changes or propose changes to the existing policy, legal and regulatory frameworks so that it responds to the needs of the market. I believe I've answered.
Uwalo, tell us in 3 minutes what you wish this committee to do for you.
One, Mr. Chairman, in my concluding remarks, my proposition is that I've got a vision for this sector. My vision is an empowered and digitized Kenyan society. To realize this vision, I believe working together with the team that we have within the ministry and the sector at large, including the implementing agencies, we should be able to facilitate economic transformation of Kenya while leveraging on ICT for purposes of competitiveness and sustainable development. I believe that I'm coming into this sector, Mr. Chairman, to offer transformational leadership, to introduce change, and to realize this, I'll ensure that we have got appropriate planning framework within the ministry and the implementing agencies. I'll ensure that we have got structures that are effectively aligned to the strategy at all levels to facilitate implementations of the plans that we will have. I'll ensure we have got comprehensive performance management framework that will facilitate implementation of these strategic plans, while at the same time also having a comprehensive monitoring and evaluation and reporting framework. This will be anchored on my ability to facilitate provision of transformational leadership that facilitates change within the sector, Mr. Chairman. At the tail end of my tenure, on behalf of government and the industry at large, I would wish that my performance be evaluated on the basis of facilitation of universal access to internet everywhere at affordable rates. I would also wish, which I hereby commit, that my performance should be evaluated on the basis of digitization of government processes to facilitate not just a paperless government, but also to leverage on that technology to create jobs on one hand, while on the flip side of it, also capitalizing on the efficiency and effectiveness that will be facilitated by ICT to reduce the cost of living. I also wish that my performance, Mr. Chairman, as I conclude, will be evaluated on the basis of rejuvenation of the Kenya News Agency, revitalization of the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation, and revitalization of the Postal Corporation of Kenya in response to the needs of the market, while at the same time benchmarking with global best practices. The will is there, Mr. Chairman. The capabilities, skills, and experience is there. And I can only promise that given the opportunity, Mr. Chairman, we will deliver on this mandate. We are equal to the task and we will not let Kenyans down. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. That's my humble submission.
Thank you, Mr. Eliud Uwalo. That was an interactive session that has been quite interesting. We want to wish you well and allow you to leave to your other duties. Sergeant, you can show the